So you clicked on this video because you saw the words 5 pillars of excellence. So what are they and why are they important? My 5 pillars of excellence really stem from the amount of young guys that I see out there at the moment with zero purpose in life. In today's society, we see so many young guys aged 18 to 35, single, stuck playing video games, worried about money but not actually making any money, stuck in a dead-end job, and just generally quite unhappy with life. So I've put together 5 key pillars of excellence to help you guys, just feel a little bit more motivated about life and to realise that actually, there's quite clear actionable steps that you can take to improve your current circumstances. These are all things that I've implemented in my life and I'm seeing massive benefits from following each one of these pillars. The first pillar I'm going to cover today is purpose. A man needs purpose in his life. To be honest, I know I mentioned earlier guys aged between 18 to 35. This applies to every man out there. You need a purpose in life. Purpose could be goals, it could be dreams, objectives, whatever you want to call it. They are things for you to try and reach. Without goals, without a purpose, a man is essentially nothing. I guarantee you that most men out there, let's say you're sitting in front of this screen right now, if you're feeling unhappy with yourself, you're not feeling motivated, again, you're feeling stuck, I bet you don't have clear goals and a clear purpose in life already defined. You might be struggling to find that purpose, which is fine, but don't just ignore it. You actually want to identify this purpose and try and actually reach towards it. There's so many things out there that guys get distracted by when trying to reach this purpose. Now this is a massive issue, obviously with social media, TikTok, Instagram, even YouTube here. They'll use distractions or other things to actually cover up the lack of purpose in life. You might get home after work on a Thursday night, sit down, put the TV on, watch some Netflix, play a computer game. This is just a distraction for the fact you don't have purpose in life. Like, is your purpose really to come home from work and to sit on a games console for 2 hours? I bet 10 years ago, when you were 15 or 12, you didn't look at yourself and think, ah, yes, I really want to get home from work and sit on a games console all evening and not try to better myself as a man. I don't feel like I'm having a go at you here. It's an understandable, mistake to make. And you can quite easily get stuck into a trap or a cycle of, doing what's comfortable. But you need to be aware that you need to identify your purpose and move away from these distractions that are stopping you from getting there. A lot of guys our age just think it's fine to drift through life. Just going to work, pay the bare minimum, the bills, occasionally pay for a holiday each year, finance a car that's just way too expensive for their actual income. And they're living this very kind of mediocre life. And again, with that, there's this lack of purpose. I'll cover this more in another video about how to actually take actionable steps to get to your goals. However, if you just identify your goals, your purpose, your targets, and just start doing massive action to get to them. There's probably a quite well-known quote by Mr. Tate out there, which is to take massive, fast action at anything you do. If you want to succeed in something, that's what you've got to do, quite simply. Tying in with purpose is also the things you just really want to do in life. When you get in your deathbed, let's say hopefully in 40, 60 years, you'll be laying there thinking, oh yeah, I wish I did that. And that's really not where you want to be. So for the pillar of purpose, you want to identify your goals, your purpose in life, your targets, your objectives, and the things you really want to do, and just do them. Literally, the only person stopping you is you at this point. In another video, I will cover how to actually plan and take the actions to get to your purpose. And these are things that I've done in my life that have allowed me to reach that next level. Pillar number 2 might be a really obvious one to you, but it's health and fitness. So many guys slack up here or think they're doing the right thing, but a lot of the time they're really not. I'm going to categorize you into 3 categories here. First, is the guy that's not doing anything to benefit his health or his fitness. The second is the guy that thinks he's doing stuff to benefit his health or his fitness. And the third is the guy that is already doing it. And then we're not going to touch on that today. For any of you guys struggling with bad mood, motivation, just generally your mental health, fitness and health in general, physical health, is the first place I would look. So we'll take that first category of guys, the ones that aren't doing anything at all. To be honest, you're just disrespecting yourself and your future self by not being a fit, healthy person. You're going to die 20 years younger because you're not going for a run or going to the gym. So unless you're disabled, you've really got no excuse. And to be honest, there are plenty of disabled people at peak physical fitness, whether they've been injured or just born like it. So you've really got no excuse to get out there and go for a run. As a man, your appearance, your physical, your body, what you look like, is the first thing people see, whether you're going into a business meeting, whether you're going on a date, whether you're walking down the street. By being physically fit, whatever it is, that you do, what sport you play or however you work out, people will look at you differently and treat you differently. Ideally for a man, you want to be muscular, low body fat percentage, and just have the appearance of someone that works out. It shows that you have respect to yourself. Therefore, people might expect that you would give them respect as well. This is very much the case in business. I work in sales. It's important to look good and for people to trust you. So having the appearance of someone that is physically fit is a massive benefit here. The obvious other use case here is obviously dating. Again, this comes back to respect. If you look overweight, women aren't going to respect you. If you look unhealthy, why would they want to be with you? Are you going to be a good provider for them? Are you going to be a good potential father for them in the future? Even though you may not be looking at that at the moment, this is subconscious things that women see when they look at a man. Not only that, but your presence, your posture, your stance, it all stems from being physically fit. So you've really got no excuse not to go for a workout tonight. I often see quite a lot of guys that, might not be the fittest guys out there, a little bit overweight, spend often more on expensive clothes to try and actually mask or hide their body beneath expensive designer brands. You can just wear a plain black t-shirt, and if you look jacked in that t-shirt, people will look at you. You don't need to try and save up for the Versace top to look good. Just go a nice plain t-shirt, black jeans, and just look good in that t-shirt. And then when it just overall comes to mate selection, i.e. getting a girlfriend, going out dating, sleeping with girls, whatever it may be, you've got a clear advantage if you just look fit, healthy, toned, muscular, whatever you want. My third pillar of male excellence is money and success. As much as you like to say money isn't important, it really is. Money makes the world go round. It'll make your life easier. You don't have to worry about paying bills, stressing out how much is left in your bank account at the end of the week. If you have some money, it makes everything else in life so much easier. But it doesn't even need to be crazy money. I'm not talking, millions and millions. Obviously, that's where we're trying to get to. However, having more money than what you spend monthly, allowing you to invest it and save it, and actually enjoy life as well, is super important. So many people's problems stem from money. But to get to that point, you still need to have that purpose in place, and you need to have your health and fitness sorted as well. But you can do these in parallel, of course. I'm not saying you can't, but you do need money to do everything, unless you're just going to stay at home and, literally just lay on the floor. You need money to go to the gym, go to work, pay your bills. And there's things when you look at the other pillars as well, like health and fitness. If you want to be a healthy person, you need to be able to afford and pay for good food, whether that's organic or grass-fed meats, or just generally nice ingredients to cook with. No more cheap packets of noodles, no more shitty takeaways. Instead, maybe go out to a nicer restaurant where they actually use nicer food. But to do that, you need money. To live a truly masculine lifestyle and to achieve excellence, you need to have this pillar sorted, or at least working towards it being sorted. Part of being a successful male is having the time and the freedom to do what you want. Money gives you back that time. There's a few things I've implemented in my life that give me back a bit more time. It allows me to work on other things, work on other businesses, side hustles, go to the gym, etc. That's getting cleaner. As a guy, you shouldn't be going around cleaning your house or your apartment every day. The second is food prep. So I've been using a company now called Fuel Hub. They deliver some pretty good meals actually to your door, fitness meals. It just saves me time basically. I realised I was wasting about 20 hours a week cooking, cleaning up after myself, driving to the supermarket, shopping, etc. It's just way easier to have a couple of the meals a day to be already made. Obviously you can do this yourself, Sunday evening, meal prep for the week. But again, I just didn't want to have that hassle when I could just order the food in. Travel as well. Having a bit of extra money, save you time on travel. You don't need to look at the cheap option, don't need to get the bus, whatever it may be. You've either got a car that you've paid for, or you can just get a good train or a good flight to wherever you're going. Again, save you time, and ultimately, you want to then use that time productively to actually make you more money in the future. Pillar 4 is being cultured and interesting. Essentially, no amount of money in the world can make a person interesting. It's what they do, what they believe, what they think in life that makes that person interesting. Can they hold a conversation? Do they have good stories to tell? Do they get along with people? And can you actually hold an interesting conversation with one or more people around you? So how do you get cultured and interesting? Good question, difficult one. You've got to do things. You've got to travel, have hobbies, try new things in life, try new foods, go to new restaurants, travel around your country, go climb a mountain, go swim in a cold lake. There are loads of things you can do that will then give you stories to tell people in conversations. Nothing's worse than just talking to a guy that just nods along and says, oh my God, wow, at everything someone tells him. But again, being cultured and interesting doesn't mean you would have had to have travelled around Thailand for 2 months or gone to India to find yourself. There can be things on your doorstep that you can do. And again, time with other pillars as well that we've talked about, fitness and health. There's a mountain over there, you could go run up it. That's a pretty cool story to tell someone. You woke up at 4 a.m. and you went and swam in the river near your house because it was cold. Again, that's something that not everybody would do. Go take up a new hobby, start a new sport, go to your gym. I'm sure they've got classes in the gym, go try yoga. When it comes to it, you might have a conversation with someone that enjoys yoga, and then you can relate to them and you can actually have that quite interesting conversation with them. It could be something like learning a new language, set yourself a challenge to go chat up 20 women in the day. Obviously don't come across creepy, but you could do it. If you think of yourself a little bit like a book, all these little things that you do, like these are small paragraphs and chapters in the book that you're writing about your life. And so again, when it comes back to purpose, you want to look back on everything you've done and be happy with it. My 5th and final pillar of masculine excellence is to have a masculine presence. But I would actually say this is a combination, or at least maybe an effect, of the other 4 pillars. Now I would say a masculine presence is not easy to achieve. Have you ever heard the phrase for a woman, oh, she's playing life on easy mode? That's typically associated with a very good looking girl that just gets through life easily because she's good looking. She can walk into a room, people respect her, they look at her, they invite her to things, they just want to be around her. For a guy, it's a little difficult to achieve, but I think with the first 4 pillars, you really set yourself up for success here. So what do I mean by masculine presence? So firstly, people listen to you when you talk. And I mean, they literally hang on to your every single word. I'm sure you've experienced this maybe, with like a cool uncle or someone at, university. They're just very interesting to talk to, very interesting to listen to. You're kind of just a little bit in awe of what they've done. And now that's the effect that you want to give to other people. You want people to listen to you, to respect you, for you to be telling them about all the cool things you've done over the last 2 months. But to do that, you need that culture aspect. You need to be trying new things, exploring, going to new places, trying new foods. And people will listen to you because A, they find it interesting, B, they respect you, and C, they might actually just learn something by talking to you because you've done it. You find that men will look at you with respect and women will look at you because they think you're attractive. You know, you're physically good looking, you're well dressed, you look hygienic, you don't smell, you look after yourself. People will respect you because of it. You should generally find it easier to talk to new people. You know, to hold court in front of 3 or 4 people that you've maybe never met before, let's say to the party, and you can talk to each one of them, you can have a conversation, you can tell them about interesting things you've done, and they listen to you. Again, they respect you. And lastly, business and networking opportunities. Again, I work in sales. Having a good, strong presence really helps when it comes to selling yourself, selling your product, whatever it may be. A great example for that is if you're at a work conference and you're at a stand and you're selling whatever product you've got. If you look shy, if you don't look confident, you don't hold yourself appropriately, you don't be confident to actually go up and talk to people, you're not going to make any sales at all. People aren't going to want to speak with you. So by looking good, feeling confident, standing up straight, you give off a very good feeling, almost a magnetic feeling. You know, people will be attracted to you. So if you're feeling stuck in life or sad, unmotivated, just generally not able to do anything, you need to work your way out of this dark forest you might be stuck in. Now to do that, you need to look at these 5 pillars and start working on them first. Purpose, health and fitness, money and success, culture, and your masculine presence. I'll see you in the next one, boys.